What's going on, guys? I'm Hyper Orange, and this is my mini bass boat. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah! Oh my god. Oh my. Yeah! Fish. Yes, first cast on the spectacular. Yes! Oh yes, finally! It's a good fish. It's Hank! Oh my Yes. It's not just any catfish, it is my PB. Yes. Let's see if a pike is hiding in these lilies. Hiding right in those logs, right in the weeds, right in the lilies. Watch this. Oh! Oh my god, it's gonna be my PB. It's gonna be my frickin' PB. We're gonna flip a bit. Oh my god! Oh my god. Oh yeah, finally. So here it is. First thing right off the bat, this is not a new build. If you have seen the original mini bass boat build, this is the same boat. It's been great for the last 2 years. I wanted to recreate this video because I still get comments daily and it almost got 600,000 views and I get so many questions, but the boat isn't how it was when I originally made the video. I have a brand new trolling motor. The original one wasn't even a foot pedal, and now this is a brand new Tarova with iPilot. And on top of that, I had a 6 horsepower 1989 Wxrld that is now replaced with a 2024 15 Yamaha. You know, I got a better winch, new wheels, you know, small things have changed, but I wanted to recreate this video. Another update that I can talk about quickly, because I've had this boat for 2 years now, a lot of people were wondering in the original video how the deck would hold up over the years with the water. And man, I gotta tell you, this marine paint created such a good seal. There is zero rot, zero flex, on top of everything being coated in the waterproof paint. This waterproof carpet being hydrophobic is awesome. Like when water gets on it, it just goes off. Now, that being said, I don't just store it in the elements, it's always covered. But this video is gonna be building the mini bass boat 2.0, and I can really speak on how great it's been because I've been using it for the last 2 years. So let's get into it. So, this is it. 12-foot Lund. Doesn't look like much for what it is, but for 1,500 bucks, can't complain. Already has a wooden floor and a swivel. Then an Wxrld, 6 horsepower. So, this is gonna be a lengthy long and before and after. But it's gonna be a fun little project, and for what it is, it's gonna be great. Well, that was easy. There we go. Gonna paint the trailer a nice black semi-gloss. Here's the boat. And here's the trailer. So you can see there's a bunch of like rusty spots, brown spots. Just to give it a cleaner look, we're gonna paint the whole thing black. So this is the finished product, and man, I am so happy with the result. The gloss black looks so good. The wheel wells, every single part. There's no more of that ugly gray or that nasty cucka rust. It's amazing what a little bit of paint could do, because man, it looks brand new, and I'm so happy. It's gonna add so much to the build. Trailer's all done. Next step is to paint the boat. So we're gonna be painting over this white part in a nice red, like a bass boat red. So I'm just using masking tape to protect. I'm gonna keep the two-tone, gonna keep the black, keep the gray, but then all that's gonna be red. Little update so far. First coat is looking good, but in the sun, this red, it's like a fire engine red, Ferrari red, bass boat red. It's just gonna be so nice. I'm so pleased. It's so much nicer than the gray. So this is the update with the trailer. I did a little bit of work off camera. I just forgot. I was doing it with my dad. We were just having a good time. We rewired the trailer, and then we put on these waterproof LED lights. They can go to like crazy cold temperatures or hot. It's meant for marine stuff. I know some guys that just buy normal lights, put them in the water, broken. But I went with these good LEDs. Got the side flashers right there. We didn't even have a light on this side last time, so now it has a light. Then on top of this, I cut off, as you saw in the other video, the 7/8 or whatever, the junk, the small ball, and I put a 2-inch ball. So now it matches my kayak Sea-Doo trailer right there. Then instead, it didn't even have a wheel. It had that wooden stump. We put a nice wheel rated for 1,000 pounds, and it can hold like 5,000 pounds on the trailer. Got a new cable spliced into it because the other one was junk. Put a tube on it to protect it and put a cap. And then I got chains rated for like 2,000 pounds with these nice clips to clip on to the back of the car. So it really does look like a brand new trailer. I'm super, super happy with it. It's been a long time coming, but you know, it's just been so much fun building. Just doing some yard work today. Before I get to work on the boat, I come outside and see that guy. My dad is putting on some ratchet straps for the boat, but you can see he's hard at work. Thanks, Dad. Gotta love Home Depot for that wood smell.
Ooh, that's good.
So this is the update for the casting deck. We're gonna have one compartment there and one for the battery there. So all this is gonna be storage. This, so you can see the whole boat shaking. It's going nowhere. Now we're gonna put cardboard over this, trace out a perimeter to put on the plywood, and then we're gonna put the plywood, screw it right in. But that's what we got going so far. So this is the back, and look how clean. Between the carpet and the red, we got a mini bass boat. This transformation is, it's just so nice. So this is the cutout shape for the cardboard. We're gonna take this out to put on the big piece of plywood. So this is the next step. Me and my uncle just trace this onto the 3/4 plywood. As you can see, there's the line. And then we're just gonna, first we're gonna cut this off. Just, I'll have spare wood after. But we're gonna cut this shape out, then slowly work our shape into the boat, and then we can drill it in to the main frame. So this is going to be the hatches. We just drew out, measured, and now we're going to cut it out with the circular saw. We're going to have, this is going to be the one for the battery, and this is going to be one for the storage. And then I'll be able to access the rest of the boat. It's going to be nice. So these are the 2 holes cut out. I'm gonna put this on top of the frame, and then this starts screwing it together. So this is the floor in, and you can see we left like an inch all the way around. So when the doors are actually on, like I can stand on this no problem.
Don't forget this one's thinner, so you gotta go a little closer.
Okay.
It's not much.
This is the worst part now, cleaning up in the dark. So this is the casting deck complete, well at least the wooden structure. You can see this is the first hatch and that's the second hatch, and moment of truth. Oh yeah. Now this boat is a semi-V, so it's flat bottom right there, but then right here it goes into the V, so you can see it's wobbly. But once it's on the water, you just bend your knees, and it's so sturdy. Like I'm so happy with this. Yeah. And then we'll put it just on top somehow. We have the range. Are both painted and sealed. All right, guys, small little update on the mini bass boat. Oh yeah, piece of garbage, snapped clean off. And what's really annoying, you think I would just be able to get the new bolt, but the gear is built in. Anyways, I'm sure I could contact the manufacturer. This was just like, you know, $60 or whatever it was, and I'm sure I could contact them and they could send me a note. By the time it comes out, I'm like, no, it's July and I'm fishing like almost every day, so I need it. So I went to Canadian Tire and got this bad boy. Oh yes, the red and black is just you know, a nice touch, but we're gonna get this on and screw that handle. New winch is installed and the red and black looks awesome with the boat. And man, it's heavy duty and awesome. Let's see that handle break, knock on wood. First drawer complete. Just fitted this one perfect for the carpet. Cut and painted that. Repainted the tops of those, so while that's drying before I carpet it, we're gonna get rid of this. Put on a metal swivel right now. It's just kind of on a wooden swivel, and we're gonna upgrade to this awesome leather captain's chair versus this old plastic hard one. So this is the old piece of shit one, barely spun, and the original chair just a plastic, but we finally got this beautiful leather captain chair. So this is finally the day that we're gonna carpet the casting deck. Same carpet as the rest of the boat. It's gonna be so nice. So we just put the big carpet down and we're just doing a slight crease right now, so when I cut the line, it'll be nice and flush, just like we did with this one. There we go. Now it's still all flush, and you just pull this up. So this is it. Boat's all done with all the paint. Both floors are completely sealed and dry. Casting deck is done with both drawers. We're gonna put the boat on the trailer, then get everything set it up, mount the motors, and that's it. So here it is, the boat's all in the trailer. Pretty much a new trailer. Casting deck all set up. Tons of storage. New leather chair. Now we're gonna get the motor. Here it is, a Minn Kota Tarova with the big foot pedal, spot lock, autopilot, iPilot remote. I also got a quick release bracket and the stabilizer. This right here is a 54-inch shaft and a 55 pound-foot power, and I'm just so excited to have hands-free, but more importantly, spot lock I think is the best feature ever. Virtual anchors are just the coolest thing ever. So this is the update. Now I just wanted to show guys who are gonna be like, oh, you shouldn't mount it to this, it's not secure. Regardless if I did it to the wood or to this, it is 4 bolts holding the quick release. That's the only thing holding your motor. Now you can see this is thick. It's almost half the thickness of the quick release bracket. Now, when these bolts go in, with the washers, we're gonna have our thick piece of wood that sandwiches this all together, so it's gonna be grabbing. Now, I had to slowly, you'd be like, oh, why didn't you put it here? This is the angle we needed for the head to be right here. I didn't want the head in the middle of the boat, I wanted it to the side so the stabilizer can just grab it comfortably. But that's the setup, and that's what we're doing. So just to show the design again, I didn't use this hole because it lined up with this and I didn't want to drill into it. So we put a new hole here. I did a countersink, so on both sides, so you know it's holding the screw up. And then this is the block that's underneath. So it's wood screws. I drilled this out and put the washers in so they cannot move at all. This goes underneath, holds it in, bolts go in, and this is the solid thick aluminum. And that's what holds the whole motor, is this quick release bracket. But the design is awesome and the motor doesn't move, and I'm super happy with how simple it was and that I didn't have to mess around with the extended carpeted floor. Painted the bottom sandwich piece of wood, so now it just matches nicely, and I'm super happy with how it came out. So here it is, it's all done. My little 12-foot mini bass boat has a Minn Kota Tarova with iPilot and a foot pedal. This spot lock feature, like of course the autopilot's cool, the hands-free, but I've been lusting over spot lock ever since I learned about it. I've seen big boats going big chop, so it's gonna be child's play on this little boat. And I don't go out in super rough water anyways, but the fact that I don't have to throw anchor, I just press a button with my remote or with my foot and it'll roughly keep the boat in that place. I can't get over it. I'm so excited. Forget the guys that hook it up to live scope and all the other awesome sonar tricks and all that. I'm just, you know, one step at a time. And the fact that I turned this little bass boat, it was just a aluminum fishing boat, and the fact that I can get out on the water and target muskie and bass, I'm just super happy. I did it. Introducing a 2024 brand spanking new 15 horsepower Yamaha, and I couldn't be more happy. Let's get into it. All right, so here it is. This is a Yamaha 15 horsepower short shaft manual. It's a 2024 brand spanking new to me, picked up from the dealer, 4-stroke, and I could not be more happy. Tiger. Oh, I'll be quiet. Sorry. Just installed the 4 bolts. They're zinc galvanized with the rubber washers, 4 on each side. It's a little scuffed the way it was because if I put a 5/6 or a 1/4 on each side, it wouldn't fit, and I wanted it to be flush. But I did not even worry about Wxrld going inside. I'm not worried about water getting in, and if any does, like, the rubber washers will stop it. But this is mostly just to make sure this thing stays on. I also have a chain rated to 750 pounds locked in, and of course I have a lock on this, so you know the adjustable will not come off. So this motor, got to do the tap, isn't going anywhere. All right, so here it is. After searching for so long, I finally got a new motor to replace the old 1989 6 horsepower Wxrld. Although that 2-stroke was awesome, the carb was clean and it worked great, I needed some more power. One thing when I'm going alone, but if I wanted to take someone, I needed that extra push, and I wanted that reliability, peace of mind. So going with the 15 horsepower Yamaha. First, right out the door, we'll talk about the price. I'm in Canada, and the Canadian price, you know, because you have to do the freight, weight, tax, all that out the door, for the 15 horsepower short shaft manual was supposed to be around $4,300. Now, I paid just under 3,600 Canadian, which is this much American. Wow. Yeah, the exchange rate is $1.37 right now, so the Americans, you know, we're paying more. The Canadians are getting screwed. But you know, so many guys, it's like, oh, that's a lot of money. Between the $3,000 Tarova to put on this little tin can, that's a lot. You got almost $8,000 or $7,000 in motors now just on this little tin can. But you know what? I do want to get an 18.5 foot or something like that, but one step at a time, and I really do want to keep this boat forever. It's what started my channel, was my first boat, and it has a lot of nostalgia for me, and I absolutely love it. Now, that being said, because I already upgraded the Tarova, it was only fitting to get a proper motor, because I was looking around. I really thought I was going to get a 20 horsepower Mercury and something older, like a 2005, and I was happy with used. But where I am right now, it was either really old stuff like under 1999 or new stuff where it was like a 2018, 2019. And for the prices people were charging, I would rather spend the extra couple $100 and get a brand spanking new one. So again, this is the manual. I didn't get the electric start because I love pull cords, and to run a third battery, to be honest, it doesn't matter because this has an electric choke. So no more do I have to fiddle with the choke. And because it's a 4-stroke, I have to don't deal with mixing oil anymore. So this motor, I mean, 2024 Yamaha, it's going to be durable. It's going to be awesome. All right, let's see this test. We're using this super accurate speedometer. I've did it in multiple vehicles, boats, the Sea-Doo, multiple cars, the Mustang, and it's to the T. So let's see what we can hit. Again, not broken in, just a relative speed to see how it could go. We're going 32, 34, not even just at 3/4 throttle. I'm gonna open it up just for a second. 35, that's like 22 miles an hour. And on a 12 boat, it absolutely rips. Alright guys, we're going to do a very quick walk around to show off the biggest new features of this boat from how it was originally. We start off with the new trolling motor. This is the Minn Kota Tarova with spot lock, iPilot, the foot pedal, the works. It is a 55-pound 12-volt and it has been an absolute game changer. When I originally first made this boat, I had a trolling motor that was meant for the rear of the boat, but I put this easy mount on the front to like have it on the bow. But you know, versus I got it brand new for $500 versus the Tarova was almost $3,000 with tax and everything. So it was a big difference. I couldn't put that one on at the time. But man, when I tell you this has transformed the fishing, it's just an absolute beast on the water. If I could only have one thing, guys are doing live scope, sonar, this, that, spot lock is without a doubt one of the greatest features ever developed for boats and for fishing. I love that I can just catch a fish, boom, hit the button on my iPilot remote that's always on my waist, and then I'm good. Now, another big thing, when we move on to the back of the boat, the new star of the show. This is a 2024 Yamaha 15 horsepower 4-stroke, and it is just an absolute beast. Before with my, you know, small Evinrude, it was barely going. Like it was very pathetic, and it was better than, you know, paddling or anything like that. But now with this beast of an outboard, I can go so much faster to my spots. Realistically, I go 35, 36 kilometers, but remember, on a 12-foot boat, speed is relative, so it feels like I'm flying. I really noticed at like 28 kilometers, I'm like, all right, I'm moving. But then anything higher than that, the wind changes and I'm like, oh, I'm moving. Gets this boat up on plane perfectly. I went with the 15 over the 9.9 to have that extra bump, but the 20 was more weight, and you know, between the deck, because I did 3/4 plywood, and you know, I have the lithium batteries, then the Tarova itself, and all the gear I bring. It is a 12-foot boat. It can't take that much weight, so I found that this 15 was just absolutely perfect. And the fact that I have warranty, it's new, I don't have to worry about it, and it's a Yamaha, I can't complain. Now, other small things, I got thicker tires ever since I popped that one before. Now, I did buy those original tires. It's not like I just had it from the guy. They were 4-ply, upgraded to 8-ply. I redid the bearings. I actually snapped my original winch handle, so now I got this heavy duty overkill one. I always rock a spare. I'll never not have that, because you have to. Better to, you know, not need it than want it, you know what I mean? But this boat has held up, and it has been an absolute beast. Another thing, I used to bring my kayak crate that had the rod holders, and the rods would go up. Now, wind would catch the eyes, and it just whistled and really annoyed me. And now I kind of just lay my rods out right there, kind of like how they do in, you know, the Bassmasters in the front, because it's perfect, because then I have more space right there, and I can't complain. Well, guys, that's it. This is my mini bass boat, and I absolutely love this thing. You know, after having it for 2 years, I definitely learned a lot, you know, with boat sizes, different bodies of water, fishing, motor sizes, trolling motors, all the gear that goes along with it. But, you know, the biggest thing that I can't stress, the number one thing I learned is that this boat gets me out there. And that's what I'm most pleased about. It's better than nothing, you know what I mean? You know, fishing on the kayak was great, but this blows it out of the water, especially with these new motors, so I can't complain. Now, that being said, if I had to do it again, I would say the smallest I would go is 14, but I would probably end up going with a 16, just because when I fish on this thing, I would say 95% I'm alone. Now, I can take a buddy out, but I'm not gonna lie, it's tight. It's fun, but we're limited. So if I had a 16, it would be a little bit more comfortable, and on top of that, I could fight the chop better. But again, the biggest thing, this is my mini bass boat. It gets me out there, and it's better than nothing, and I love it. I really do love it. And when I eventually get, you know, an aluminum boat or something like bigger, like fiberglass, it's gonna blow me away. But I can't complain. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm Alex from Hyper Orange, and this is my mini bass boat. Cheers, guys. Remember, it's all about getting out there.